I'm excited for you guys to hear from her. So go ahead, Stephanie, you're on.
Okay, well, like Stephanie said, we kind of got connected through my mother-in-law, Diana, and so we chatted one afternoon, and we talked about all of my health issues and all of the things that I was concerned with. And one of the main things was at the time I was breastfeeding, and so my son was about 5 months old, and I was having um, recurrent mastitis, clogged ducts. I was sick all the time. My son had very strange diapers. They were not normal for a breastfed baby. And so I was just really concerned, and I wanted to get healthy, but I didn't really know what Plexus was all about, like the ins and outs of it. So we talked about it, and I decided to sign up. And so I got my products and I started taking them, and I felt great. And I had a lot of energy. My son's diapers within a week turned back to like a normal, like breastfed baby diaper should be. I'm not going to go into detail because, um, but they went back to normal, and I was thrilled. I was so excited. And so I was really enjoying the energy too, because I have 3 kids. And so that was just really nice. He was still waking up in the night to nurse. So when I had extra energy through the day, it was a huge blessing. And so I was feeling really good. And then all of a sudden, I started feeling terrible. I got mastitis again. I was getting more clogged ducts. I was having like thrush issues while I was from nursing, and um, just headaches. And I felt like I was going through like some kind of like withdrawal symptoms. I didn't really know what it was. I had no idea about detox or healing crisis or any of these things. So I kind of freaked out, and because I was nursing, and I wanted to be very careful with whatever I was doing. So anyway, Stephanie spent many hours with me trying to help me and, reduce this dose and don't take this at this time. And we were trying to switch everything around. And finally, I just quit. I decided that I was going to go do things on my own. I was going to make my own concoctions and just try to figure it out myself. So that was in like end of November is when I quit. And so by March of the next year, my health had really gone downhill. It had gotten even worse. I was having a severe vitamin C deficiency where I had bruising all over my legs. And I read about vitamin C deficiency, which is also called scurvy. And what they say is that if you don't get your levels up, it can cause death, because when our bodies are deprived of that vitamin C, we cannot function. So hand in hand with vitamin C also comes iron. So, but my iron levels were normal, so they said. But anyway, I decided to jump in and try them again, because I knew that I wasn't getting better, and the other products that I was taking weren't helping me. So I started again, and I started very slow. I mean, like the week prior to even starting the products, I took at least 100 ounces of water every single day just to get my body somewhat, hydrated before I started. So I was drinking a ton of water. And so I started the Slim for like 3 days by itself, nothing else. Then I added the BioCleanse, and then the ProBio 5, and then my X Factor. So within that period of time, I did go through some more die-off symptoms, and it was really discouraging, because I thought, okay, great, like here we go again. But I pushed through it this time because, number one, I was drinking enough water, and that really helped a lot. And I was eating better, and also just focusing on, being consistent and understanding what my body was going through and what needed to happen to feel better. So I started feeling much better. The bruising on my legs went completely away. I was really, really happy about that. So basically, my body was not able to absorb the nutrients because of the Candida overgrowth in my system. You guys might know, but when Candida lines your gut, it looks like scales, like cockroach scales. And so nothing that you eat or do is going to absorb if you have that scale going on in your system. So that was all broken down by the ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. And then once I got the X Factor in my system, I could actually absorb the nutrients. So my deficiency went away. Um, Also, with all of those things, I've noticed a decrease in anxiety and depression. I have tons of energy. I don't nap during the day anymore. I have lost all of my baby weight and still have some to go because, there was others that wasn't the baby's fault. Um, so I have more to go, but I'm really encouraged. I'm really happy that I decided to try it because it took me about a year, to even decide that I wanted to try it. I kind of turned my nose up at Plexus because I'm a big supplement snob, and I go to the health food store and I buy everything that I need for my supplements. Well, I was spending probably $300 or $400 a month just to survive, and that wasn't even taking care of the issue. And as we all know, Plexus gets to the root issue, but I didn't know what the root issue was, so I was just throwing more stuff in my cupboard, and it was like exploding. I couldn't hardly close the doors. So um, I'm just super happy to have found Plexus. I'm thankful for the financial blessing as well because we we have always struggled with money. I think it's a hard thing for everybody, but since even before we got married, it's just been hard. So I'm thankful for the ability to get my products free for my family. If that's all I got ever, I would be excited. But I'm actually able to make more than that now and pay, some bills that we have, monthly. So I'm just really thankful for Stephanie just encouraging me throughout all the time. I'm thankful for my mother-in-law that even got started with it in the first place because I'm sure I would have heard about it at some point, but I'm glad I knew about it when I did. And I just want to tell everybody, like, if you have people that go through die-off, or if you have people that, they don't see instant results and they quit, I know we all know this, but really, really encourage them to keep going and to push through it and to drink their water and to eat nutritious food, and all of these things help so much. And if I would have just quit and never gone back to Plexus, I don't even know where I'd be. I don't want to know. So it's really important to go through that. I have read so much about detox and die-off, and I have a whole 10-day series that I borrowed from another friend I met at Leaders Retreat. If you guys ever need any of that, it's super helpful because people don't understand what has to happen for them to feel better. They think like, oh, I'm instantly going to feel better overnight, but it's not that way for a lot of people. Some people even go through detox, a couple of months into their products. So it's very important to be wise with these things because that way you can help people better. And I think because I've gone through such a strong detox period, it really helps me to be able to, pass that knowledge on to somebody else. So anyway, I could talk forever. I'll keep talking if you
No,
want.
that was really good. If you would actually post that 10-day detox that you're talking about, post that in Diamonds.
Okay.
Everybody can see it and learn because when you have that issue, for me, I never had detox. I never had die-off. I've been super healthy and crunchy, and the family and the church that everybody made fun of my whole life. So I didn't have those issues. My body was already clean. I mean, I still had candida and stuff like that I got rid of, but I didn't have the things that Stephanie went through. But everybody has a different journey. And so now that Stephanie has gone through that, she is now able to say, like, look, okay, I quit because it was so bad. And then all this other stuff, $300-400 a month. And I know you were also talking with the naturopath and a lactation consultant too, correct, Stephanie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can always share her story now, and it's encouraging too to see that, look, some people are going to have a harder time getting through that detox, getting through that cleansing. So Stephanie will post that in Diamonds. It's really, really good info. So make sure you look at that and just have it in your arsenal. We'll make a file out of it so you can always go to that if you need. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So tonight I want to talk to you about becoming the CEO of your business and 4 pillars of belief. So if you got a pen and paper nearby, I want you to write down products, Then underneath that, I want you to write down company. Then underneath that, compensation plan. And the fourth one is yourself. Okay. So I want you to write these down. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to write what your belief is for those. Okay. So we talked about product, we talked about company, compensation plan, yourself. And I'm going to go over some things through this training tonight. And I hope it inspires you and motivates you like it did me. So products, I think this is one that, I mean, if you're taking it, you should have a belief in it. If you're taking it, you should have a 10 that the way they work, the way they help our body to function, to get to the root of the problem. Anytime you get down, anytime you get discouraged, go read some testimonies. Go on YouTube, look through there and see all of the literally life-changing, and not just life-changing, we're talking life-saving testimonies. When you have someone that has this manic depression, when they are anorexic or bulimic, all these different things, and these products are helping them overcome that and to feel better and have much more life, that should fuel your belief. Your personal story, yourself, how you're feeling, what you've come from. Look back at what it was when you first started. If you're just new into this, look at a friend's testimony, look at a spouse, whatever it is, but build your belief in these products because they're incredible. Why are you in this company if you don't really care for the products, so build your belief in that. That should be a 10. All of these testimonies that we hear, yeah, I mean, we've had so many people on here that their stories are incredible. So belief in the product, belief in the company. What is your belief in the company? We just went and are still going through a back office switchover. I think we've all had issues with it. We've all had those hour and a half, hour and 50 wait times, and then you get through and then they say, we're not accepting any more calls. We've all had those issues. We've all had the frustrations, but I just want to share a little bit more about our company that maybe you haven't known before. In 2008, Tarl, he's our CEO, he purchased a health company that had one product, okay? It was non-consumable and it lasted 10 years. To me, looking at that doesn't seem like a really huge financial wise decision to make, but he did. He had some type of vision, okay? That was in 2008. We had the breast check kit, okay? You use it, it lasts forever. It really lasts forever because usually people forget to even use it. It stays in the box. So when he bought it, there was one product. That was 10 years ago. Then they added in the breast cream, which was to help detoxify your lymph nodes, draw toxins out, so it helps with health. And okay, so now we have two products, all right? Still not really impressive. Then in 2009, they did their Slim. And it was so funny hearing the stories of how it all started because they would go to Office Depot and get the little stickers and stick it on a clear plastic bag. It didn't have any of the product information on the back. I mean, we're talking ground floor, very, very, very beginning with Plexus Slim. I mean, this is our most popular product. Everybody's heard the pink drink now. That's how it started out. And nothing impressive. They had two testimonies, Sheila Medina and Coach Cuevas. He was a friend of theirs that she told, try it out. Patty Cuevas, she was Coach's wife, and she wasn't even getting any great results immediately. So they had two testimonies to start sharing with people. Okay, so just kind of giving you a background of where we've come from with our company to now is absolutely incredible. Sheila was doing the presentation at the time, and she says, I remember when we did our first $1 million month, and that was back in 2011. And then we did our $30 million month. I think that was 2013, 2014. So in 3 years, the last 3 years, we have had a 16,000% growth. 16,000%. Okay. Our company is not going anywhere. We have third-party validation, the Success from Home magazine that we were in, Network Marketing Times, where it says, you know, we're the biggest, littlest company that nobody's ever heard of yet. So all these third-party validations that are talking about us. This isn't us, and this isn't us going to them saying, can you feature us? No, this is them coming to us say, we're seeing all of this growth. We're seeing this. We want to feature you in our magazine. We want to feature you on our webpage, all these different things. So building your belief in our company. And then look at our compensation plan. Look at our compensation plan. Who here has not gotten a check? Okay. I think every single one of us has. And in the industry across all of the other companies, Plexus is one of the things that sets us apart, is so incredible about our compensation plan, because every month we have more ambassadors that get a check back than any other company out there. And so that says something about our compensation. From the beginning, you have the ability to earn right off the bat. It's a level playing field for everyone. You know, I don't pay any cheaper product than, you know, Rebecca did when she first signed up. It does not matter. Celeste Gwen, the highest paid person in Plexus, pays the same amount as a brand new ambassador. It's the same thing. So you don't have, you know, those different levels of product pricing. As once you're an ambassador, you get that wholesale across the board. That was one thing that I haven't seen in a lot of other companies. So just different things. I mean, you go through the compensation. I think we're all kind of familiar with it. There's 11 different ways that we get paid. And there was a story Sheila shared about, you know, they had opportunity meetings, and so they'd have people stand up, you know, who's made $500 and who's made, you know, $1,500, and a couple would stand up. We've made $1,700 as a couple. And she said there was a lady in the back of the room, and she was just going like this. And so she was like, okay. And so the lady's like, I've made $257. And for some of us, that may not be like super exciting, but for her, she was a single mom. She worked for the school district. And if she needed that extra $257, how was she going to do it? She already worked a full-time job. She had her babies at home that she had to take care of after work. So how was she going to, if she had a need for that, how was she going to be able to do that? How was she going to be able to meet that? So for her, Plexus, doing that $257 was incredible. And the story gets even better because she was able to send her son to a football camp, boot camp, clinic, whatever they're called. And that fall, he won a 4-year scholarship. He earned a 4-year scholarship for football. So a $250 check for her was life-changing for her. It was life-changing for her son. And you just think about that. Stay-at-home mom. No, she wasn't stay-at-home. She was a single mom. And to be able to do that for her child, she would have never been able to pay for his college, you know, without that. So to be able to get that scholarship for him because she had invested time, she said, I'm going to do this Plexus thing. I'm going to spend that $35. Someone had shared with her in the first place. So think about that. Be careful if you don't share, because you could be denying someone else health benefits. You could be denying someone else financial benefits, and you have no idea how far reaching those consequences could be. So that people are looking, they're out there, they're looking and praying for what we have. And if you don't share, what are you denying someone? So anyway, that is our compensation. I mean, we all are getting products. We are all, you know, product paid for. We're getting a check to cover a light bill. You know, even if it's just $20, $30, hey, that is money to go get some groceries for the week. Whatever it is, our compensation plan, you're going to be hard pressed to find another company that is as generous as ours is, and that pays you from day one. So compensation plan, I hope you guys are a 10 because this opportunity can be amazing. And I'm sure, I know that you know people that are going to bed each night, laying their head on the pillow and wondering, okay, I've got some bills due. They're coming up. It's the end of the month. It means we're going to have some new bills next month. How are we going to get through? And what if Plexus could be exactly what they needed? So don't ever be afraid to share. You always need to be sharing. Last one is yourself. And this one is usually hard for people. A lot of times we don't have that self-confidence. We don't have that belief in ourselves that we really should, because we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God created a masterpiece when he made each of us. I saw a quote, one of those little things on Facebook, and it says, God made all the galaxies and the universe and everything on this earth. And then he thought, you know what? The world needs one of you. So don't ever take yourself for granted and downplay who you are, what your abilities are, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you need to start building again that belief in yourself. I have my son, he's 11 months, and he's in the stage now where he pulls himself up and he'll kind of toddle around on different things, and he's learning how to walk, and he's got the crawling down, but we still have fumbles and falls and knocks, and you just kind of cringe sometime watching him because you know what's coming. But he doesn't stop. He doesn't let 50 falls tell him, okay, this walking thing just is not going to happen. I've failed 40 times now. I don't want to hurt myself again. I will just crawl the rest of my life. No, he doesn't. He keeps doing it, and he'll do it again and again and again. Nobody's told him he can't. He hasn't done it before, but he's still trying, and he's going to learn how to walk. And as adults, we get older, we grow up, and we lose that stick-to-itiveness that I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. And we need to go back to that. We need to get that childlike mentality back of, I can do this. Of course I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to fall, and yeah, I'm going to have, bumps and bruises, and yeah, my feelings may get hurt, but it's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep doing this. And you need to get that back. You need to change that thought process that I can do this. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I can talk to people. Just changing that mental thinking of ours, instead of it being, I don't know what to say. What are they going to think? They're thinking I want to make money off of them. I'm not a salesperson. I can't talk to people. I never have the right things to say, or I, fumble and I say things wrong, or I say the wrong thing, or, oh, that was so stupid. Why did I tell them that? All these different things. We talk to ourselves all the time. And you need to change that from negative to positive, because you can do it. It takes work changing that thought process. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to say. I'm not really into that whole affirmation type thing. And I'm so good, and I'm strong, and I'm pretty. But here's one thing. And for me, it was just so clear. It says, she said, talk to yourself as if you're someone you love. Okay. So my daughter is 2. She's learning and doing things, and she loves helping me cook, and she's sharing with Asa. She makes mistakes, things fall. I'm not talking to her like, you are so stupid. Why did you do that? You spilled that orange juice all over the place. That was a stupid thing to do. Why did you do that? All these different things. You can't do that anymore. You're not strong enough. You can't help me. All these things. Do I say that to her? No. I want to encourage her and build her self-confidence, build her self-talk, that I am so thankful that you helped mommy do that. That makes me so proud, and you are so strong to be able to help me and lift that. And oh, I am so glad that you were sharing with your brother. It's okay that we spilled. We'll just clean it up. It's a good thing that you were sharing. Positive. I'm talking to her like I love her, because I do. So when it comes to yourself, get rid of that negativity. Get rid of being so hard on yourself. Talk to yourself like you are someone you love. Okay. And I hope that makes it easier for you guys, because for me, it was just like an aha moment, when it comes to self-talk, when it comes to this personal, affirmations and things that we say to ourselves every day. So talk to yourself like you're someone you love instead of someone you can't stand or someone you're always irritated at or someone that you always look down on. Change that thought process. So the way to build self-confidence is to do the things you fear and create positive responses from it. So for yourself, become more confident. Okay, that's going to go with your self-talk, changing how you think about yourself. Analyze your weakness, but even better than analyzing your weakness, find out what your strengths are. Focus on the positive things about you. Yeah, you may not be good at a few things, but there is no one that is awesome at everything. Okay, so focus on your strengths. If you are the type of person that loves delving in and finding information and looking up different things like that, then okay, that is your strength. Work on that and use that. And so when someone has a question about plexus, you can say, well, you know what, I did this research and I found this study and this is what they said and blah blah blah. Use that as a strength. If you are great at talking to people, but you don't really know anything about the compensation, you don't know anything about the products, how they work, you can share your story and be like, you know what, and be a friend to them, connect with them. Whatever your strength is, focus on that and work with it, okay? Go to work on it and celebrate every small success. So maybe a success, and this is pretty big too, but maybe it's posting on Facebook. I know it took me probably, I think it was 2 or 3 months before I posted my very first Plexus post. That was a big thing for me. Okay. So whatever your small successes are, if you handed somebody a card, if you talk to someone, if you messaged a person, whatever those small successes are, be proud of yourself for that because you are getting outside your comfort zone and that is where incredible things start happening. So just a little bit more and we're done. Plexus vision statement. Network marketing is the greatest industry on earth. The way that you can take any person, we all have the same opportunity. You don't have to go to years and years of schooling and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have a small fee that you pay at the beginning and you have a level playing field, especially in Plexus. So be proud of that. Our goal is to create and sustain a legacy company that gets it right. And legacy company, I love that, I can pass this on to my children. I can pass this on to generations to come. And how is this going to affect their lives, having this income, having this team, having this network? So it's incredible. You are influencing people I haven't even met yet by starting it now. So this is a legacy that you're building. Plexus is passionate about doing it the way it could be done and should be done. And that is really where our compensation plan comes into play. They worked through a lot of different plans before they decided on this one. And Alfred Pedersen was actually, all three of them were working through it. But they decided on this one and they say it's kind of like it was downloaded from above. So that's pretty exciting for me, being a Christian, to feel like the Lord was the one that gave them wisdom when finding this plan out and working through it and setting it up for our company. Anything that comes from God is always good. It's always good. It always works out for our best. So we as Plexus should conduct ourselves and operate in a way that our ambassadors, our employees, their families will be proud of us today, tomorrow, the future. We want to be a company that is something that people look at and they're like, oh, you do Plexus, my friend does that and she's so sweet. And if you've got someone that's like one of those people you don't want to be around because of the way that they present themselves, by the way they hound you, by the way they just come across, try to change that perspective. If you see yourself, or if you've heard remarks about that and you hear it a lot, maybe do a little self-reflection there and look at yourself and say, okay, how am I presenting myself? Am I negative? Am I talking about how great Plexus is and go over here and post on Facebook about today is horrible and I feel so sick and I'm tired of being fat and this food calls to me all the time? Well, if you're doing this Plexus stuff that's supposed to be this great, why are you posting that over here? So be consistent. Have that image, have that person, and let it be truthful. If you are negative, then start working on that so it changes and people are like, boy, that Amy, she sure is happy all the time. Even if something's bad, she'll find something good out of it. So just try to change that. Anyway, there's more here, but I have so much that I wrote from that training. It was incredible, but just I hope that helps your belief in our company, in our products, in the opportunity that we have, because you'd be hard pressed to find someone that could not benefit from it, whether for health, whether for finances. You don't want to be looking for that person that's going to make, $10,000 a month. That's great and all, and I'm not even going to lie, that type of money is incredible. But you don't join Plexus and immediately, in a week, you start making that. No. There's a lot of people that join, and maybe they're just a wholesale. Maybe they never want to make a big check like that. Maybe they just want to get their products paid for. Plexus is made up of everybody, of people that just are wholesalers. Maybe they start getting that $200 or $300 check, that $257 that made a world of difference for them and for their son. And then maybe they decide, what, I am going to work. I am going to do this. I am going to start going to work and commit and make this into a 10 or a 20 or a $50,000 a month, whatever it is. But share with everyone, because this is for the masses. This is for people that need what we have. And we have a blessing. So don't be afraid to share. So looking again at those 4 pillars, the products, I hope you have a 10 there, because these are changing people's lives. Our company, it's amazing. It is amazing. It really is. Another thing, when, we've gone through 4 buildings. We've gone through 4 buildings now, where they just opened a brand new one up, because we are continually growing. And just one more thing to say with our compensation, with our company, when you look at a company as a whole, outside of network marketing or even in network marketing, if they have a 15 to 25% increase over the year, that's good. We're doing that monthly. Okay? So Plexus is not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about that. We have Morgan Stanley. We're a client of his. That group, that finance group, that works with Google. That works with Facebook, okay? So we're that big. We are that established. We are not going anywhere. So I hope that helps your belief in our company. And yes, back office has issues, but you know what? This is already our 2nd one we've gone through. We may have to go through another one. And people are still signing up. And they don't know that it's a horrible back office until you're telling them that, oh, it's so dreadful. So change that thought process. You don't have to tell them that, okay? We're all learning. We're all going through. There was a back office even before our last one. And the people that, when I signed up, Liz wasn't like, oh, this back office stinks. You should have seen the first one. It was so much better. No, that was what I had. That's what I worked with and I learned with. And the new people that are joining, they're doing the exact same thing with this one. So don't let that be a bump in the road that derails you. We're going to have dips. Don't die in the dip. Okay, get through it, because everybody's going to have dips. And the more you do it, the dips become less and less. So compensation plan, again, it's been the $35 that I spent to join has been the best financial decision I have ever made. And that could be the same way for someone else. When I first joined, my why was, boom, all I want is free product. No, I wasn't even free product. All I wanted was cheapest. I didn't want to tell anyone. I just wanted to get my product for cheap. That's the only reason I joined. Now, 2 years later, enrolled in the company. So it was life-changing. It was life-changing. And you never know who you're affecting by sharing. And lastly, yourself. Work on yourself. Talk to you like you are someone you love. So anyway, I hope that helps. I see a few questions here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yvonne, I will make sure that those get posted in Aloha Plexus too, so you can get those. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight, and I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was a blessing to you. It was encouraging to me, just hearing how we started and how far we've come. And I'm excited to see what we're going to be doing in the next 5-10 years, because, now we're established. We're a little company still, but we are growing, and we have top industry leaders. I know you guys gotten a couple emails from the last couple weeks about new people that are being added to our team members. These are highly respected professionals, and now they're coming to Plexus and saying, yeah, we want to be part of this. So that's exciting and encouraging right there too. So anyway, that is all I have for tonight. Thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. So let me unmute everyone, and you guys have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Get awesome.
Thank you.